This Flex tab was built with a number of different element types, and each element is tappable. It has an action attached. Actions can be attached to Flex elements and news items. It could be something like launching the browser to a specific address, launching the phone dialer with a specific number, or taking the user to another location within your app. So let's look at this tab in detail. We'll start with the tab bar element at the top, our first element across the top here. It has three tappable elements. The first one triggers the user registration flow. The second one launches the app share sequence. I'll actually demonstrate this on my device. Tap share, and your phone's built-in sharing features will pop up. On the desktop, sharing is limited to sending text messages. You can put a phone number in and send a text with a message. The third item here actually reveals the side menu. So if I tap that over here on the right, it pops the side menu out. The next element on our Flex tab is a gallery element with two items. Here it is, the scrollable image gallery. Each of these is equipped with an action. When you tap on it, it pops up the details, and in this case, it brings up a browser. So if I tap this on the desktop, it's going to pop my desktop browser open. Here it is down here, the onion. Over here on the device, if I tap it, tap here, it's going to launch my preferred browser to the page that I tell it to. The second one will launch the phone dialer. Okay, so if I scroll to my right, tap on the pizza, and this one will launch the phone dialer with the number pre-filled. All right. We'll show you how to add these actions in a moment, but let's finish going through what's possible. Next, we have a button bar element with three buttons. The first one launches the user's default email program with the address pre-filled. The second one launches a map, and the final one launches a YouTube video within the app. So you could launch out to an outside URL, launch them into YouTube, or you can actually launch the video, launch the video directly inside your app. And then your map button is going to launch your device's default mapping program and bring up that destination. And then finally, we have two text item elements, each with a different type of in-app destination. The first one just takes us to the conference events top level tab. So if I tap this guy right here, it's going to take us over here to the conference events tab. Okay. Same thing over here. There we go. And then the final one is what we call a nested view action. This takes you down a level in your app. So if I tap it, notice I'm still on the action items top level in my navigation scheme here, but I'm a level below. So I have a back button here. You can create nested content that may not be important enough to display at the top level, but you want to make available to your users. This type of nested navigation allows you to break up dense content into digestible bits and let users dig into those items they're most interested in. So let's add an item to the tab and check out how to assign an action. We've basically been over all the different types of actions, but we're going to get into edit mode, and I'm going to add content. Now I'm going to select text item, which actually replaces a couple of older content types, text box and list item. For those of you who may be wondering where those went, this merges basically the functionality of both into this one option. So we're going to use that. We can add a headline and some text and an icon if we want. We're going to build some nested content. Okay. The next sub-tab up here across the top is your action editor. So this is where you choose what you want to happen when people tap the item. Okay. So we tap here and notice there's quite a list here, so you can scroll down and see all the different options. And our example tab had all of these in place. Video, you want to launch a user into the registration flow and gather their name and email. The share, side menu launcher, map, phone call, email, external URL, in-app destination. We're going to choose nested flex view. Again, this is going to take us down a level in our app. So let me save that. There's our content. But now notice if I tap this again, it's just going to bring the editor up if I need to change the text. I want to actually get into that next level. So what I do is I get out of editing mode. So now I'm in regular user mode. And if I tap on it now, it's going to take me to a blank slate flex view page where I can start building content. Now one last thing here. Sometimes you just want to build some plain text content, and that actually can be handled once again by this text item. And you don't want it to go anywhere. You just want a paragraph of text. Oops. Okay. So there's no action assigned to this element, so we're just going to save it. And it's just text. It doesn't go anywhere. So if we come back here, it doesn't do anything. If I decide to change my mind and assign an action, I can do that. And let's say we wanted to go somewhere in the app. Okay, so I'm going to select in-app destination, and then I'm going to set my destination. This actually pops up another instance of your app where you can navigate to your desired destination. Let's choose the loyalty tab. And then you just click save. Like, this is the tab I want folks to go to. So we've got our in-app destination set. Okay, now notice we have an arrow. That's always an indicator that, hey, there's something behind here, so tap this. One last thing to point out here is if you look at the button bar on the right, you notice the text gets truncated. You want to make sure and use the desktop's screen sizes feature here to preview and refine your content for small screens, so you can actually see what your content will look like on different devices. Right, so we get the same effect over here.